Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told how to voice the radio, and it might be that I'm stuck in a hotel room waiting for the start of the European International Championships, but we've got all the secret rares that have gone and been revealed for Snow Hazard and Clayburst, and that means we need to have a chat about them. There are a whole bunch of them. It is a double set, and we do have artwork rares nowadays. So let's start off with, Snow Hazard, because I always say Snow Hazard and Clayburst. So let's go in the order, Snow Hazard and Clayburst. And let's start off with the artwork rares. So we've got ourselves a Bramblin. Yeah. That thing. There is a couple of evolution lines in this set. They're not going too much here. So we've got a Bramblin. We don't have the evolution. We've just got the Bramblin. But if anybody looks at this and doesn't think Halloween time, go pick some pumpkins, all of that, I can't help you. Also, old westerns. We got ourselves a Maril, just kind of floating, chilling in the sea, doing its thing. Absolutely adorable. As someone who grew up by the sea and still lives very close to the sea, this makes me very happy. We've got an Ice Cube raiding the fridge, which, I like Ice Cube generally, one of the best Gen 8 Pokemon, but goodness me, this is adorable. We've got ourselves the entire evolution line of Frigibax, Arctobax, and Baxcalibur. Now this one I did show you before, all the artwork is done by Kamiya, and this is one of those artists where there's a bunch of people out there that aren't a fan, and there are a bunch of people out there for whom this is one of their very, very favourite artists. Now you've got the whole evolution line, and you can just enjoy it and have a whole bunch of fun. There is a Gothorita here, lovely artwork on this one. What is weird is that it's just Gothorita. No Gothita, no Gothitelle, just the stage 1 gets an artwork rare here, or an illustration rare. And this is kind of what I was talking about, with it being a little weird in terms of the, in terms of the evolution lines. We've got a Rabsca, not the basic, just the stage 1 Rabsca, coming in here looking kind of eerie at nighttime, which is lovely. We've got a Sudowoodo. Now, I love this Sudowoodo. Just kind of popping out on this lovely quaint street with trees all there. Is it pretending to be a tree? Is it basking in the sunlight? Is it just coming out of its home ready to go on a little bit of adventure? I don't really know, and I don't really care. It's adorable. We've got ourselves an Orthworm here. Now, this I absolutely adore. This is the Okacheke. I showed you this one t'other day, and this one is just absolutely flat out, wonderfully brilliant, just such a huge fan of this card, ladies and gentlemen. This one is absolutely stunning. This is my favourite one of the artwork rares, because it's Okacheke artwork and all of that. Obviously, strong Dune vibes, as I'm sure most of you got, but it's just absolutely amazing. We've got Rookity. There's a bunch of them. They're having some seed. One's got seed on his face, which is a little bit messy. But yeah, this is just another. These artwork rares, whoever decided to go and do these is a very clever person. And then we finish off with the Dunsparce. This is one of the first ones we saw from the set. There are a bunch of Dedenne and other Pokemon running around. Why? Not entirely sure, but this Dunsparce is lovely. Now, moving over to Clayburst, you'll notice there are another 12 in total, of these artwork rares. So we've got ourselves the Heracross I showed you the other day. This one is absolutely just lovely. Sitting by the side of the road, or standing by the side of the road, presumably waiting to be picked up. This one is absolutely stunning. There is a Flacinda. Now this is another one where you get the stage 1, but you don't get the basic or the stage 2. You just get the stage 1. But the little Firebird sitting there next to a fire that it presumably made itself. It's rather lovely. We've got the Raichu. Now, this is one that is going to be very, very popular amongst a whole bunch of people, because everybody loves Raichu. No Pikachu artwork rare in this set. That has now been confirmed. It is just the Raichu, but I still think there are enough people that are going to love this to make it very, very sought after. Now, Sandygast makes me very happy. I've told you guys before, my 3-year-old boy, his favourite Pokemon is Palossand. Obviously, I would have preferred an artwork rare, an illustration rare Palossand, but getting the Sandygast here is absolutely lovely. I will be picking up a bunch of these. This is really rather lovely. And I do need to point out, just as a quick aside, obviously, Palisand is a favourite of my boy, and Hayaganosuke is my second favourite artist in the TCG. Hayaganosuke actually did the artwork on the Palisand here. You have no idea how happy that makes me. Palisand getting some love in this set. We've then got Tinkateak and Tinkertuff. And I'm going to show you Tinkaton here slightly out of order. Yes, I know that's bad, but it's in the evolution line. And we got the whole evolution line here done by Matsuno. So it makes sense to show you them all here. I told you there weren't many evolution lines, and there aren't, but there are a couple. And the Tinkaton evolution line gets an awful lot of love here. There is a Nacli. Of course, Nacli was one of the first Pokemon that was actually shown off from the game. It was kind of leaked a little bit. It was there on the radar in an early trailer that some eagle-eyed people went and spotted. Not the full evolution line here, just a Nacli, but that's still pretty gosh darn cool. We get a Tyranitar, and look, we've got Tyranitar there, looking all kind of awesome. You got the bird over its shoulder. This is a very much a power picture of Tyranitar. It's filmed facing up to make Tyranitar look bigger and more imposing, and this, again, you've got Tyranitar here who a lot of people love. This is going to be another one I think might be quite popular. We got ourselves the Graphite I showed you the other day. Amazing Kato artwork, just captures the essence of this Pokemon absolutely beautifully. Huge fan of this one. We've got the Mousehold. It's just a whole bunch of mice, just kind of very small mice, just sitting, chilling in a bunch of mushrooms and a tree, and it's just adorable and wonderful, and we love it. We've got the Flamigo here by Shibuzo, and I love this Flamigo. And Flamigo is one of the Pokemon that carried me through my initial playthrough of Violet, which is lovely, but this is just a wonderful borderline symmetrical card, which is just absolutely lovely. And then we finish off with the Farigarath, which is weird. It looks weird. And it's doing the meme face, which is kind of hilarious. So those are all the artwork rares. There are very many of them. But then there's a whole bunch of Pokemon as well. Some of which only get full arts. Some of which also get special illustration rares. So going back to Snow Hazard then, we've got a Wo-Chien EX full art. And then we've got the special illustration rare as well. Not one of my favourite Pokemon, but there is something about the artwork on this special illustration rare that just makes me really happy. It's a very moody woodland scene, and I absolutely love it. We've got Chien-pao, who gets a full art and also a special illustration rare. And this is another one here which is just wonderful with a swirl of the ice and all of that. Kadama's done just a stunning job on this one. I showed you this one the other day as well. It's absolutely lovely. Now, Slowking comes in as a Terra Pokemon EX and actually gets, well, it's a Terra Pokemon, so it gets the fancy full art. And it's all rather lovely and all rather wonderful. Annihilate EX comes in as a full art here. Again, just the full art, doesn't get the rest. And we get Copperaja coming in here as a full art, but it doesn't get a special illustration rare, I'm sorry. Which makes me a little bit sad because I love Copperaja as a Pokemon, and this particular card could be an absolute powerhouse. But Squawkabilly EX does come in here as both a full art and a special illustration rare, and I want it on the record that I adore this Squawkabilly. Firstly, the card is amazing, but secondly, Amelakar is back. The first art they've done since V-Star Universe, or Crown Zenith for us. And it's a special illustration rare of Squawkabilly, and it is absolutely stunning. Over in Clayburst, we go and have a look at the EXs. Obviously, Forretress is the Terra Pokemon, so it does get the fancy Terra version of the full art. We've got Chi-Yu coming in as both a full art and a special illustration rare. Akira Agawa doing their thing. The very, I want to say a standard Agawa card. That sounds a little bit rude because there's nothing standard about this amazing artwork, but it's the usual style and it looks stunning. Bellibolt EX in a little bit of a turn-up actually doesn't get a special illustration rare. Bellibolt gets stuck with just a full art. Tinkaton does get a special illustration rare. It's the one I showed you earlier, as well as obviously the full art. It's fine. Ting-Lu goes and gets both a full art and a special illustration rare, and after Squawkabilly, this is the one that I want the most. Firstly, lovely artwork of Ting-Lu kind of walking away, leaving the cracked ground behind it. And secondly, I love Ting-Lu as a card and I want it to be really, really good. And then we got Noivern EX that comes in with just a full art and Nauthouse. Now, going in and having a little bit of a look at supporters here, this is nice and easy. There are 2 supporters in each set, and they each get a full art and a special illustration rare. So over in Snow Hazard, we get Grusha with both the full art and the special illustration rare. I'm a big fan of this special illustration rare. Looking out with all the trees there and the Starly looking a little bit sinister. This one is absolutely lovely. And then we get Giacomo. Same kind of deal. You get the full art, you get the special illustration rare, and it very much looks like he's chilling before he starts his set, which I very much appreciate. That looks really, really cool. Now, over in Clayburst, this is where it gets serious. Not with Saguaro. We've got the full art, we've got the special illustration rare. It's fine. And to be fair, the special illustration rare here with your Squavit and your Jigglypuff is absolutely adorable. Don't forget the Delibird. But then we get Iono with the full art and the special illustration rare. Now, 2 things to note about this. Firstly, it's a cool card. I don't think it's the greatest one ever, but it's a pretty cool card. And secondly, this is the one where the value's going to get done. This is going to be the most expensive card we've seen in the Scarlet and Violet era so far. And this is going to be a card that just goes absolutely silly. This is going to be a card which goes to hundreds and hundreds of dollars pretty much instantly. And that means we need to have a finish off with the gold cards. Now, as is to be expected, we do fit these into 3 categories. We've got Pokémon. Quite simply, we're talking Ting-Lu and Chien-pao. They are obviously the ones on the front of the booster boxes. That's what makes the most sense. Over in item cards, we've got Superior Energy Retrieval and Super Rod. Once again, they've gone for really playable cards that people are going to love and actually going to use. Gold versions, that's pretty nice. And then in terms of your energy, we've got a Water Energy and a Grass Energy. Water Energy obviously makes sense for Chien-pao. As for Grass Energy, I mean, look, Ting-Lu, we've already had fighting, so you know what? We kind of need something. Why not grass, ladies and gentlemen? Why not grass? And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. All of the secret rares from Snow Hazard and Clayburst, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me which of these are your favourites. Tell me which ones you want to be picking up. Tell me which ones make you happy. Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Mary Sanders Lazenby, who's been a supporter of ours for a while and is a very lovely person. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.